What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Not Today. I'm Jen Sturger.
Eddie Pence. What's up?
Dude,
What?
this month has been the longest month of my entire existence.
January's been pretty awesome.
It's awesome.
It's set the bar really low for 2025.
Absolutely. I mean, we can only go up from here, right?
Don't say that. Don't say that.
It's so funny because one of the girls that I work with, she made a video that now I consider almost a prophecy. She goes, I see a lot of you saying that 2025 is going to be your year. Mm-hmm. And she goes like, I don't know. I feel like it's giving 2020. She's like, I really feel like we need to back off this 2025 is going to be my year thing because you are setting us up for the biggest catastrophe of all time. Do you remember when 2020 rolled around and we were on a high?
Yeah.
We had our show.
We had a show.
We were crushing it. We were on the air 5 days a week.
We're getting ready to go on actual radio.
Yeah. All these great things were happening.
A lot of good stuff was happening in early 2020.
Some people got the sniffles.
Yeah.
And then it became a huge thing.
And then I still have not
we
recovered.
thought it was nothing.
Yeah.
Like I remember like even the week before, we were just like, whatever.
Okay. Yeah. It'll get handled.
Yeah. And then it rolled around and you started noticing like, oh,
they're shutting stuff down. They canceled basketball games. Canceling. And then we're like, are they going to cancel?
We have no toilet paper in the grocery store.
Are they going to cancel our show? And then we go in one day and like, hey guys, you can't, we're shutting down the building tomorrow. So this is your last show here. You can do it from home. And then that lasted a week. And they're like, nope, you're furloughed.
So wild. So
it was crazy.
Wild.
It's crazy how everything just fell apart like that.
And I'm like, this is giving it, but on a different degree. You know, because before it was like, all right, go inward and hunker down. And this, it's like, flee.
Yeah.
Go.
There's no safe. It feels like there's no safe space.
No.
At least when during COVID and you had the pandemic, you felt like, okay, you find your bubble of people and you hunker down and you try to find some normalcy in that. And you at least felt like, okay, I go home, I feel safe around my family, my close friends that I know aren't going outside of the bubble. But now it just feels like you feel like the world's like everything's on fire.
Yeah. It's like we're almost like playing Battleship with somebody.
It really is. You're just waiting. You hear like B-36 and you're just waiting. Okay, no explosion. No explosion.
That's what it feels like though. It had gotten a little bit better though, because things seem to have calmed down. The winds weren't as bad.
Yeah.
They
got control of the fires.
Yeah, they got control of the big fires.
Yeah.
People were seemingly not being as stupid.
Yeah.
Seemingly.
Yeah, seemingly.
And all seemed well. So much so that I talk a little bit about my dating life, but
Sure.
I'm pretty vague about it for a reason, just because like the people that I date aren't signing up for this.
Sure.
They aren't signing up for this to be in a public forum.
Right.
But I feel like I have to tell this story because it's just the perfect example of like how this year has gone. Eddie, we all have that Watch Duty app on our phones, right?
Yes.
If you guys don't know what Watch Duty is, it's this app that we all downloaded in LA because it tells you where the fires are.
Yeah.
It sends out alerts. It sends out push notifications. It'll wake you up out of a dead sleep.
And
I know.
any fire. Any fire.
In
Not just big fires.
In LA County.
Someone lights a match, that thing goes off.
Yeah. In LA County.
Yeah.
Eddie, I met somebody.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. And things were going really well, enough where, you know, we were gonna yeah, you know what I mean?
I know what you're saying. I got it.
It's
I
weird
think I
talking
got
to
it.
you about this.
Well, that's fine.
You know what I mean?
You're right.
Because like we don't have that kind of
No.
Yeah.
And I don't want to know.
Exactly.
And I'm fine not knowing.
This is like talking to my big brother about this.
I'm like, you do what you do.
But Eddie,
Good for you.
This is such a funny story.
Yeah.
That I have to tell you.
Okay.
So whatever. Things were happening.
So things are you're ordering Chinese food.
Yes,
Or whatever
we were
euphemism you want to use.
Yeah. We were getting Uber Eats.
Yes.
One of us was getting Uber Eats.
Somebody was getting Uber Eats.
Anyways. And sure enough, bloop, bloop.
Oh.
And when I say I lost it.
Oh my God.
I just stopped. You gotta be fucking kidding me. I lost my mind, Eddie. know what it taught me? It taught me that
No injuries happened.
no
right?
injuries
Okay,
happened.
that's
No,
good.
but I mean, just to my ego,
Right.
where I was just like, all right, this is just God's will. This is God's will. This is God being like, hey,
Did it ruin?
you should hold off.
Well, yeah, I guess wait. This is the
is
universe
wait.
saying, hey, not now.
This is the universe going,
Not
hey,
now.
not yet.
Pump the brakes.
Pump the
Take
brakes.
Your time.
Yes, exactly.
Did you feel going in that it was too soon? Did any reservations or felt normal? Felt good? Not good. That's not the right word. But felt
This is so weird. You
Felt
asking me
appropriate?
this. Listen, I mean, I felt safe enough with the individual.
okay.
Yes.
That's all you have to feel. It doesn't feel
But-
rushed or coerced or anything. Okay.
No, not at all. I'm like, I take my time with
Okay.
that stuff. But dude, it really showed me though. Cause look, we could have kept going.
Right.
We could have just
Yeah.
seen this thing out.
Right.
The problem was it was really close to
Oh,
my house. It was the fire that was really close to my house. It was the one on Sepulveda,
Okay.
which reminds me.
Wow. I remember getting that alert.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you remember
So
that?
now I know what you were doing when I got
you
that alert.
texted me. You were like, "Do you need my help to load anything up?" And I was
That's
like,
right.
I was like, "There's loads involved, Eddie, but I don't need your help with them."
I don't think you want to pick up these loads. I don't think you want to touch these loads. I'm trying to find the actual text chain because I saw it and I said it's near you.
But I just remember being like, I can't make Eddie drive over the hill. Like, if this guy isn't going to help me
Right.
with the things that I need, then I
Sure.
shouldn't be doing anything with him anyway.
Okay. Oh yeah, Wednesday night, 11:51 p.m. I go, hey, are those fires close to you? The ones around the 405. And then 3 minutes later, you get back to me. I'm figuring that out. And then you go, are they bad?
I was like, do I really?
So apparently you didn't even look at the warning until I warned you about them.
No, I looked at the warning, but I was like, I was just watching.
Right.
Because when a Watch Duty app issues an alert,
Right.
they put you in a grid system.
Yes.
And they will color code that grid system.
Right.
And so
If
it's
you're
like
yellow or red
Yeah,
or-
you're yellow, orange, red.
Right.
It's ready, set, go.
Right.
And they put me in set. And I was
Oh, okay.
like, go back to yellow.
Go back to yellow.
Go back to
For at least
yellow.
10 more minutes. Because then at 11:54 p.m., 1 minute later, I respond to you, are they bad? I respond, keep getting watch duty updates for around the Getty Center and the 405 might be pretty far south from you. And then 25 minutes later, you write, it's not south enough. And I don't know if that was directed at me or the person you were with. That could have been directions for the other person.
Jesus Christ.
Wow. And I go, have you gotten a warning? And then you said, not yet.
We told me he was.
He said he'd give me a tap. Wow.
But Eddie, what I learned is I'm not. You know how some people are like,
And then you finished it with, so done with this shit, dude.
I am.
Again, I don't know if that was directed at me or...
I am so done. Because I just remember, because here's the thing. It wasn't south enough because I heard all the sirens.
Okay.
And I was like,
Well, not to give away where you live, but you live near that intersection, the 405 and the 101. It's not very far
No,
off. So
no.
anyone, if they're going to the 405, they have to go kind of near you
yeah, but
to
I
get to
heard
the 405.
I heard all the sirens, and I
Right.
was just like, I think my neighborhood's on fire. And he was like, yeah, it is.
Wow.
It was, but I found out, you know how some people
Yeah.
you hear about when they talk about like they like get off on danger.
Yeah. Kind of, there's a turn on.
There's a
about the-
turn on, yeah, where they're like,
It's like
I don't-
almost like I want to like try
I
not
want
to get caught.
Don't get caught.
Yeah, that thing.
You know,
Yeah.
by nature.
Right.
But like, it's like, yeah, don't get caught, or like, you know, oh, like those girls that like love being choked. Where I'm like, who hurt you?
What?
Yeah.
I know.
Well, I'm like, I found out during this process that I am not one of those people.
You need to feel safe and comfortable.
Yeah. I need to feel safe. I need to feel comfortable. I need to.
Unthreatened.
Yeah. I can't be the dog sipping coffee while someone's going down on me, being like, everything's fine.
It's fine.
Everything's great.
Everything's
yeah.
fine.
Nothing's, yeah. The room is just on fire.
Wow. Well, that's good to know. Now you know that about yourself.
You know what was cool is he was like, you can just pack up all the animals and bring them to my place.
Oh.
And I was
okay.
like, I don't know if we're there in our relationship yet. I'll let you do what you were about to do, but I don't know.
But I don't know if I'm taking my animals to your place.
I don't know. Like I haven't sussed out that yet. But I was just like, okay, if he hadn't offered,
Yeah. That would have stuck. That would have been like,
I've been like, oh, okay,
Right.
I'll just go. I'll just go burn.
I'll just
I'll
go
burn. It's fine.
I'll go find someplace else to go.
Yeah.
Well, at least he offered, so now you know.
Yeah.
That's a check in the positive column.
Yeah. And he was like, do you want me to like load up your car and stuff? He's like, we can load up my car. He's like, we can just take
There
all
you
your
go.
stuff. And I was like, okay, this person's, because listen.
Anyone to do the labor besides me, I'm all down with.
You're just tired of being my work
I'm
husband.
just
Is that
tired
what
of
it
doing
is?
all the labor.
I do a lot of emotional labor in this friendship. I am a good friend. I will say it. Who helps you with all your self tapes?
You're there.
And I'm
You're
a
there
good reader.
You're there for you are a good reader.
Oh my
I will
god.
give you that.
So anyways.
Very good reader.
Oh.
That's hilarious.
So yeah, I'm done with these fires, man. They are such
I see a lot of people have been deleting the Watch Duty app off
I
their
can't
phone.
yet. I can't. I've had too many close calls where I'm like, I don't feel safe enough to do it yet.
Yeah. I think I might delete it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like there's no point now.
Because we had a little bit of rain.
Yeah, we're done.
Oh.
It's over till the next crisis.
How many shows have you done to benefit the fires?
I haven't done any.
Terrible person.
I haven't been asked. That's how low ranking I am on the comedy totem pole.
I've done a couple of benefit shows for the fires, and it's interesting seeing how comics are tackling this.
Really?
Yeah, because some,
Are they talking about it?
yeah, I
Or are
mean,
they
I
just doing their act?
talk about it.
Yeah.
I talked about it, but I talk about it from the perspective of like someone who's worked the fires and
Yeah.
has had to do animal rescue
Yeah.
during the fires. So
Yeah.
I got to talk about like the turtles.
The fucking-
I finally did the turtles bit where I
turtle act
talked
out?
about where I talked about this guy. So backstory. I do a lot of animal rescue stuff, obviously, and during the Malibu fires, I helped relocate a lot of animals. But
Yeah,
the thing we learned during those fires was people in Malibu have insane pets.
Rich people have crazy pets.
Insane pets.
Because they have too much goddamn money.
We were rescuing zebras.
Yeah. You no need to have a zebra.
Alpacas, llamas. Those are
need to
not
have
the same
any of
things.
those
Those are not this. Alpacas are the cute ones that do like
Llamas spit.
kids' birthday party. Exactly. Llamas are horses with Steve Buscemi's face.
Right. Alpacas are an investment.
Yeah, alpacas are adorable.
Yes.
Llamas, absolute dicks.
Right.
Like they heard spit on it and they were like, yeah. But yeah, rich people have crazy stuff. But one of the last calls I got was a guy in Malibu that was like, I need you. Can you pick up my turtles? And I was like, yeah, we'll just run over and throw them in the back of a truck and get on our way. Eddie, these things weigh 300 pounds a piece,
Yeah. It's
bare
not
minimum.
Fucking, you think turtle, like, oh, I'll get a couple shoe boxes and I'll be right
Yeah,
over.
exactly.
Right.
That's exactly what I thought. I was like, okay, we'll just throw them in some Pyrex.
Need a fucking U-Haul to get this thing out of here.
Oh, for sure. A horse trailer.
Yeah.
And they're in no hurry.
Ever.
Ever.
Yeah.
I was
It's a
like,
tortoise.
I was like, they're 300 pounds and don't know karate. You guys are useless. Where's the rat in
It's like,
charge
can we
of this?
just throw a fucking fire retardant blanket over this thing and leave?
No. But
Probably could've.
I finally did the line where you're like, how old are these things? 85. Fuck it. It's not like they're gunned down in their prime. You know what I mean? And they were on board because I think people are they're so over it. We're so over it being fight or flight for the last month of our life.
Yeah.
When you think about it, the last normal day we had was January 6th. What a time to be alive.
Such a time. Such a time.
That what? And then the next day, all hell broke
all
loose,
hell broke
literally.
loose. Yeah.
But yeah, it's been interesting watching comics. I mean, some comics actually lost their homes in the fires.
Yeah, I know.
And they're
Crazy.
getting on stage and they're talking about it.
I mean,
And
some
honestly,
talk about your life. Yeah.
it's therapeutic for
Yeah.
them. Like Pete Lee went on Fallon, I think, and he talked about it. And they were like, do you want to cancel your spot? And he was like, no. He's like, I need to talk about
Yeah.
this. He goes, my house burned down on Tuesday. He goes, I've been drunk since Wednesday. And he's like, I'm going to read you all the jokes that I've been writing down.
That's funny.
Yeah. And it was really funny. One of the things was like, oh, what'd your home look like? What color is your home? He's like, orange, bright orange. He's like, it looked like a sign for Guy Fieri's Flavor Town. But yeah, he's handled it with such grace. Same with Becky Robinson, I really feel for them. And then like there's Mateen Stewart out, and he had lost his home in Altadena.
Wow. Yeah, I know.
And those
I know
are like
people,
historical homes.
Yeah, I know a couple people out that way that lost.
That's
their
like
homes.
generational homes that have been lost.
Yeah.
Like this is a huge hit to the communities.
Yeah.
So yeah, they've just been on stage talking through it.
Yeah, I tried to talk about it last week on stage. I was in Oxnard, and I just talked about it at the beginning. And like, I don't know if that crowd was not, because they were very close to the fire.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they were ready to hear people talk about evacuating. So I did like 2 minutes. I'm like,
I think
all right,
the first thing is you have to let people know that they're okay.
Yeah.
That you're okay.
Yeah.
And that they're okay.
Yeah.
And that we're all over it. And we're just like, this is
right.
Yeah. That was how
But
I started.
Also, sometimes you realize going into rooms like that after massive events that sometimes people want to break from it and don't want to hear about it.
And it's very much reading the room.
Yeah.
You have to read the room when you're going to talk about topical stuff like that and be like, are these people on board or no?
Right.
Because if they're not, bail.
Right. Because comics, we want to be able to speak our mind and speak about what's on our mind.
Yeah, because if you don't talk about whatever's on your mind when you first get on stage,
Yeah.
it's just going to be sitting back there the
sitting
whole
there.
time.
And that's why you get into this is like, I want to share my opinions and my beliefs with everybody. But you also have to remember you're also being paid to entertain that group of people in front of you. And you have to strike that balance between being an artist and being a performer.
Yeah.
And the performer is paid to entertain. Mm-hmm. The artist is up there doing what they do because they love to do it.
Yeah.
And so there's that difference. You have to realize something. You have to read the room like, okay, today I'm a performer. Today I just have to make people laugh.
Today I'm the clown.
I'm the clown.
I'm the jester.
I'm the dancing
here.
monkey right now. And that's what I have to be. It's not about the art of it. Sometimes it's just about the laughs. I was doing shows this past weekend in Paso Robles. And it's sort of like it's a very rural area up there. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of vineyards and shit. It's very rural and very different politically from here.
Yeah, of course.
From Los Angeles. Very different.
We forget
vibes.
that those pockets exist in California, but they do.
There's a lot of deep red pockets.
For sure.
In Central California. And we were up there doing the show, and there's like 5-6 comics on the show. And the guy that went up before was like, did not read the room, did not realize what town he was really in.
You got it. Was he a younger comic?
I think he was fairly new.
Fairly okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It's fairly new. I mean, when your credits kill Tony, you're not an experienced comic, right?
Yeah.
You haven't been in the game.
Unless
you're Tony. But if that's your credit, that you haven't been in the game very long.
Or if he was on Kill Tony, was his vibe just to like test people?
No, not at all. I don't think. But he went up and tested, and the crowd was like, no.
The crowd was like, you fail.
Supposed to do 20 minutes. He got lit at 6.
Wow.
So that's not reading the room. And again, if people are there coming to see you.
What was he saying that got him lit at 6?
It was just going real south. Just the audience was getting verbally against him, like audibly against him.
Oh, wow.
And he wasn't saying anything super controversial. Like I wasn't going, oh my God, I can't believe he said that. It was just sort of like, in that room, you just don't go and say like what he was saying. Oh. Because it was very antagonistic.
You're like, oh.
Right? So at that point, you're like, you're not reading the room of the,
Here's the real test. When he got off stage, did he know he had won?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. At least he wasn't like delusional.
No, he knew. I think when he got off, he was like, oh, yeah.
Did he understand what happened?
I think it.
Or did you tell him?
I didn't tell him. I was just like, okay, well now I got to go back and try to get this room back up because that's.
Were you hosting?
No, I was going after.
Oh God.
Which is fine because literally, like, if the crowd, if that is your audience coming to see you, feel free to talk about whatever you want.
Yeah, because they know you.
Yes,
they don't.
They're going to know. They know what they're going to see.
Yeah.
But if they're just people just going out for a night for a comedy show, they don't want to be hit with that shit.
No.
Even on either side of the aisle.
No.
Like sometimes people just want the escapism of a show.
Yeah.
And so that's what I went up there. I was just like, let's just laugh. Let's just have a good time and not think about the outside world. So that's what I did to get him back. But it's like you have to read the room sometimes. Sometimes people want a fucking break from everything.
I think especially given the climate of the past month, and honestly since the entire election season, I think people want a break.
They want to break.
They want a
They're
break. They
inundated
want a
constantly.
distraction. Our entire existence on our phones
Right.
and on social media
What's
is just
constantly
nothing
popping up
but
on your
that.
phone in your face, and people I don't politically agree with that come to the shows. Like, I understand they want to break from it too. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't agree with what they believe in. I think they're wrong.
I
but
think
at the
we're
same
all
time,
done with the fighting.
I think we're all
are.
sick of the conflict that we've been that the people above us are literally pitting us against each other.
Yeah.
And so I think everybody's sick of that. So it's like, okay, I may not agree with 90% of the people sitting in front of me, but I'm here to make them laugh.
Yeah.
And that's my job right now. And that's what I did. And we all had I had a fun show. I felt good about it. They had a good show. That's what it's about.
But man, when you watch somebody not read a room, I mean, listen, I'm guilty of it, especially when I was younger.
Yeah.
Now, I think I'm pretty good at it. I think I'm almost too aware sometimes of like what's going on in the room.
Yeah. I am. And not just comedy wise, like just life in general reading.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I tell people that all the time. I'm like,
I tell Colton all the time, read the room, dude. Read the room, dude.
you're
Dude,
like,
read the
this is
room.
not time for your Star Wars dissertation.
Read the room.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What does Colton do that doesn't read the room?
Trying to think like an example of like he'll be wanting something, either to go eat, get food, watch something on TV.
Oh,
and
you mean like when everything was on fire and he was like, can we get Uber Eats? Can we
Yeah,
get pizza?
it was
And I'm
like-
like, Colton, you guys just evacuated.
It's like we're all sitting here. Like that's a good example. We were sitting at your place watching the fire that's 100 yards from our home burning, and Colin's like, I'm hungry. I'm like, read the fucking room, man.
Colton, we love you.
I love you, buddy, but you're not going to starve to death in the next 20 minutes. Let's
You don't know.
just
You don't know.
let's
You
wait
don't know
and
what his
see.
blood sugar's like.
But that's sort of the thing. We're like, just like fucking read the room. Just everyone's like tense and panic. Just like, unless you can say something that's going to break the tension, don't just go, I want a pizza.
Honestly though, respect, because when I'm stressed, I either don't want to eat or I want to eat everything.
Colton wants to eat all the time. So
Well, he's bulking.
Yeah,
Well,
he
he's
is
bulking and cutting and all the things that football players
Yeah.
have to do.
But yeah, reading the room. I mean, like, yeah, especially. I mean, I think being a comic, you're a little more adept at reading the room, whether it's a social situation or performance situation or whatever it is. I think you walk in and you automatically, as a comedian, feel the vibe of the room.
Do you?
No matter what room it is.
I do, but I don't always know what it is. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes, like I one time I lost a crowd during my closer, which I'm like, that's weird. I'm like, that's not a me thing. That something happened and I'm not aware of it. And they were like, yeah, someone who was sitting in the audience was like, yeah, they sat a huge party that was making a bunch of noise in the back and it basically divided the room and
Yeah.
it took half your laughs away. I go, oh, that makes sense.
That makes sense. It's like a check
Also, fuck you for showing up 25 minutes into
Yeah.
the show.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because that's rude. And honestly, the club shouldn't have sat him.
Club should wait until you're done and the host is up, and that's when you seat.
Yeah, not literally in my closer.
Yeah, it's like you guys wait right here. She's almost off, and then we'll seat you when the host is up, because that's the host's job, is to welcome people. into the show.
Exactly. They're used to taking the bullet. And by them, I mean usually me, because I host a lot. But that's fine. I know what I'm getting, especially when I do a theater show and I
Yeah.
know people are still piling in.
Yeah.
If you open a theater show, you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with a little bit of
Well,
chaos
anytime you're
and
the
like
opener-
ushers and stuff. Yeah.
The show's not about you.
No.
They're here to see. They're
You're
here to see
just-
somebody else.
You're there to take the bullet and warm up the crowd.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
You're there to warm up the crowd.
Yeah.
And you're there to service the show, and it's not about killing.
Yeah, no, it's just about getting everyone settled and ready to watch a show.
Get them connected, get them invested.
Focus,
you know?
focus everyone's attention.
But I don't know. I think I'm pretty good at reading the room. Shows were wild this weekend. I did 2 shows in 2 different cities
Oh wow,
in the same night.
that's a lot.
It was insane.
I've done that before. It's a pain.
I did San Diego at 5 p.m.
Yeah,
I did 30 minutes down there. And then I came up here to do like the fire benefit thing.
Yeah.
And about 20 minutes out from the second show, I was like, what are we doing, Jen? Like, I lost my wind.
on your way to the show,
On my way to the second show.
you're like, I don't want to do this.
Because I'd already been in the car for almost 4 hours.
Yeah, that's a rough drive.
It's a 2-hour down
Yeah,
minimum.
30 minutes, then turn around, come back.
Yeah. And I was just like, what am I doing?
Yeah,
So I walked into that green room and I was exhausted. I could not, like, I had to apologize. I'm like, I'm sorry I'm making this face out loud because I just
Right.
couldn't help it
Yeah.
at that point. You know, I was exhausted.
Especially a room full of
And
comedians. You don't want to walk in
Exactly. And I had a male comic. I know this will shock you. I had a male comic come up and be like, Jen, you're beautiful, but you look so tired.
there. Oh, my God.
And I was like, buddy, you know this guy too.
I'm sure I do.
And Mark knows this guy. He may or may not have an OnlyFans. He's like, you look so tired. And I go, buddy, I have about 10% battery left.
And I don't want to waste
And I'm
it
like,
on
and
you.
I'm not wasting it on a green room of comedians. I said, I have to give them 12 minutes.
Yeah.
And I said, and that's about 2 more than I have
Yeah.
left in
and
me.
I still have to drive home.
And I'm like, exactly. But I'm like, I have to go out there and be on.
Yeah.
And it was already one of those shows that had way too many comics booked on it.
Yeah.
Like it was so many comics because it was a benefit, you
Yeah.
know? So it was just like a telethon practically. Like, but the crowd was tired.
Yeah, those shows always suck. They always overbook them.
Yep.
Because everybody wants to help out. All comedians want to help out.
Yeah.
But also part of them, like, I also want to be on the show that everybody's on. Like,
Yeah.
it's the whole, like, jealousy thing of, like, no, why can't I be on that show?
Yeah.
They don't care about, okay, let's have a tight show with 5 comics, raise a lot of money. It's all
Yep.
about, I want to be part of this, so my name's on the flyer.
It was the latter.
Because comedians are selfish as fuck.
I was on the fly. I was asked to do
Yes,
it.
you
I
were
was
on the flyer.
on the flyer. But there
Well,
were
the flyer looked good. The flyer was like 6 comics.
yeah,
Like, that's perfect
there
for a
were
benefit
like
show.
20 comics
Don't
on the
need
show.
that. Don't fucking need that.
And so when you go out in those type of situations,
Yeah.
you just have to have the lowest expectations possible.
Okay.
Because you're like, this is going to be terrible. They're tired. I'm tired. So I just talked to them.
Yeah.
And it was crushing. And there was this, thank God, there was this one gay guy in the audience that was like, this show needs to be about me. And I was like, it does. So, so I talked, we had a great interaction.
Yeah.
We were having a lot of fun. I did my autism material. It was crushing. But at one point I was like, I was doing well, but there was like a lull for a second where I kind of reset and I was like, I'm sorry guys. I'm like, this is my second show and the first one was in San Diego. I'm like, I'm on fumes. And this guy yells out in the audience, "Want a bump?" He was not talking about pro wrestling, Eddie.
No.
And I just went, no. I was like, bro, I have ADHD. I go, it wouldn't help me anyway. It would actually make me go to sleep.
Dude, give me a nap.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, that's not how that works.
That's funny.
ADHD, I'm like, that's how you know when everybody's like, oh, everyone has ADHD. I'm like, no.
No.
If everyone had ADHD,
Cocaine
cocaine would not be a drug
No, it wouldn't.
because everybody would be like, oh, I need to nap. Anyways. Read the room, Eddie.
Sorry, but it's on
A timer.
a timer.
I know.
that
It
has to be done.
Has
now.
to be done
Anyway,
promptly.
sorry, that was something. That's just
My,
I'm just making dreams come true.
Speaking of reading the room, my parents are coming into town. That's what
Okay?
that favor's
Yes,
for.
yes.
And because my parents are impressed by nothing.
Right.
Like I could be killing it.
Right.
Absolutely killing it. And I
Right.
feel like I'm doing a pretty good job.
Yeah.
But I could be like absolutely killing it in
Right.
the industry. My parents would still ask me when I'm going to get a real job. I am very nervous because my parents have, my dad has seen the place that I currently live in. My mom has never seen it.
Yeah.
I know she's going to have a lot of opinions.
Yeah.
How do I like buffer myself
Right.
from taking in those opinions of her?
Yeah.
Because she's going to be like, why do you need all this space? Like, oh, I never had anything nice like this. It's
She
like
wants
that
you to
type
live in
of
a
stuff.
studio apartment.
I guess with my small
You want a hot plate next to the toilet? Is that what you want?
dude. I've seen that. I've seen places like that where it's like the washing machine is next to the hot plate. It's next to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And you're just like, isn't it an assembly line?
It's
Which way do you work?
Depends on the day, I guess.
What's crazy about that stuff is that's the same guy that also is like, hey, Alexa, put lights at 2%. Like they'll have 6 Alexas in a studio. And you're just like, what? This is a bachelor
Yeah,
pad.
you don't have to raise your voice to get to one of them. So you
Read, if you read this room, it
Yeah.
says, I'm single and sad. Alexa.
Well, it's like the people that have. I mean, my good friend a few years ago, he used to live in a studio apartment, and like I I've always lived in at least a 1-bedroom.
I feel like you need that separation.
I've always had a 1-bedroom, and until I moved in with Tracy, we had a 2-bedroom, and then
yeah, but you need
Right.
that separation. I don't
Absolutely.
even care if it's a wall divider, just
Right.
to give yourself that peace.
But to live in the same place you sleep is, I think it fucks with you mentally.
It fucks
in a
with
way.
you mentally and it fucks with you energetically, I think, because you can never turn off.
Yeah.
If you're working from the same place that you sleep, like that's a big thing. I stopped taking Zooms and stuff like that
Yeah.
anywhere, but like I can't take them in my bedroom.
Right.
I have to take my Zoom in a kitchen or like in a living room or an office or somewhere.
Right.
I cannot be in my bedroom because that's when, I don't know, my brain won't shut off when I go to bed later. I'll
Right.
be like still in that mode, you know, like
Right.
your body needs the discernment of like, this is where I go to sleep. That's why
Yeah.
some people don't have TVs in their rooms.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you guys have a TV in your bedroom?
Yeah, but we never have it on.
Yeah?
We used to watch it when we were
Younger.
But like now it's like, if we're in bed, we're going to sleep. And
Yeah.
also now with the advent of,
What, Mark? What are you waving your finger at us for?
No TV in the bedroom.
No
but I don't
TV
even
in
have
the
it on
bedroom?
anymore. Like,
The
well,
bedroom is only for sleeping.
and banging.
Yeah.
But with, I
And
think
watch duty.
and watch duty.
I'm gonna call it that from now on. Hey, you want to come over and
Got a little watch duty.
little watch duty?
That's a little watch duty. But like,
Watch duty and not chill.
But I think with the advent of smartphones, having a TV in your room is almost pointless because everyone's just laying in bed on their phone anyway.
Yeah,
You don't even look at your TV.
that's fair.
So, but yeah,
When people are like, "Oh, I watch it on my tablet," and I'm like, "Gross! What are you doing?" Like at that point, go to sleep.
right.
Go to sleep because you're just getting a cheap dopamine hit if you're not like actively engaged in entertainment that's like meant to be watched. I don't know,
Yeah.
but Eddie,
Yeah.
is it time?
Oh, it's that time. Is that
yeah,
time?
I feel like it's
I
time.
gotta dig one up. Hold on. Gotta dig it up.
You got to dig it up.
You gotta dig it. You gotta hit the bumper.
Oh
The glorious.
man, you guys really let me down today. Read the room.
read the
you
room.
too.
Sorry.
You too. Read the room. That's going to be the title of this episode.
Here we go. Let me see. Florida man. Okay, well, so I gotta set it up.
Wow,
Fuck,
you
I'm
are
off.
so
Hey,
off your
I'm
game.
so off right
I
now.
murdered mine.
You did murder yours.
What?
He played the bumper.
Yeah.
We're playing Florida Man Friday. I read Jen Sturger 3 Florida Man headlines, 2 real, 1 fake. She tells me what is the fake Florida Man headline.
Okay. We'll
You're
see
playing
what's
along
up.
too, as always. Here we go. Florida man arrested in ploy to steal thousands of laundromat coin machines. Florida man arrested at Walmart for starting a dance-off and refusing to leave until declared winner. Florida man asked police if he can drink a beer during his arrest.
Okay.
2 of those are real, 1 is fake.
What? So one more time.
Florida man arrested in ploy to steal thousands of laundromat coin machines. Florida man arrested at Walmart for starting a dance-off and refusing to leave until declared winner. Florida man asked police if he can drink a beer during his arrest
Where's the dance-off taking place?
at the Walmart. Mark says 2. Mark says 2 is the fake one.
I'll go with the... I don't know. The first one sounds insane. But it almost sounds like, yeah, the dance-off sounds silly. But I
Sounds
feel
silly.
like,
It's Florida man. It's hard to tell.
it is. It really is.
Thousands of laundromat coin machines.
Yeah, I
Walmart
feel like-
declared dance-off.
That's such a
Drink a
huge...
beer while during arrest.
I don't feel like Florida man would have that kind of organized crime to
all right.
steal a bunch of laundromat
Okay.
things. Let's do 1 just to be different from... I mean, my gut says 2,
Your gut says 2, but you're saying 1.
but I'm going to say 1
Mark
just
says,
for the game.
Mark says 2.
Yeah.
You're a winner. Oh, I thought
I thought Mark
that was a horn.
playing
I
a
thought
new
that was
bumper.
like dramatic music. There's a horn going on. You're a winner, Mark.
Nah. Oh my God. I'm
can't-
deaf now.
Bow, bow, bow.
I hate you both.
Bow, bow,
I thought
bow.
it was that one, but I was trying to give it a little bit of a game.
Okay, well, he got his first win of the year, right?
But that's...
We tied last
They had a lot of ties, but first victory, your first
Yeah.
loss, your first defeat of 2025.
What's the record right now?
I don't. Somebody will tell us.
Okay. Guys,
I
put it
think
in the
it's
Alex
close.
comments.
said that we were up 2.
You're up 2
So now
No.
we're up 3. If
No.
last week
for
was a tie.
2025.
No.
We were up 2.
Somebody will count it.
I don't know.
Somebody will count it.
Guys,
You guys will count
let
it.
me know.
And while you're counting it, leave us a 5-star rating and a positive text review.
Yep, because
That
we
helps.
had one person give us a 2-star rating.
Who really?
Yeah. With no written thing. So I think it was a guy that I used to see.
Jesus, stop! Don't ruin our show, dude.
It's fine. I'm going to give him a 1-star rating and he knows what it's for. By the way, we'll get into that next episode.
Okay.
Sorry. I have a great story about that, but you'll have to wait till next
Ooh,
week,
a
guys.
teaser.
I'm sorry, but it's that good.
Okay.
All right.
Join us next week.
Eddie, where can people find you?
You can find me at Eddie Pence on all the socials or eddiepence.com.
You can find me at Jennifer Sturger on all the socials, guys. Eddie and I are going to have some dates coming up, so please
Fingers crossed.
sign up for our Beacons accounts.
Yes.
Sign up for our mailing list so that way we can come and see you. We want to take this thing on the road. We want to see you guys and meet you guys. And we're so grateful for all the support that you've lent
Yes.
this silly little show. We love doing this with
awesome.
each other. So until next week, guys, when I drop my my steamy story,
Oh, I can't wait.
I'll see you next week on another episode of Not Today. Bye.